Well, is this a cool update when it comes to Hedera considering how HBAR is having a pullback? Well, I think so. I think it's a small victory, even though nothing I say is financial advice. But what is it, right? Supposedly, something called Bizan Link, RWA Markets, it went live on Hedera, which we have to consider. As of right now, altcoins are not doing the best. Hedera, the sentiment isn't the best either, and then yet something at least went live on Hedera. Now, people like to tell me, who cares about this? Well, we have to consider this has an aspect of RWA. And I'll talk about the price of HBAR later and what I think about it. But RWA, it stands for real world asset, right? And if we take a look at RWA tokens, for instance, they're digital representations of physical assets on the blockchain. And an example of a use case of something like that could, for instance, be in the case of real estate, or maybe we take a look at art. I mean, there's a lot of examples, but I'm just naming a few there. So when I take a look at something like Hedera, I feel like it's a pretty small victory, I guess, considering the sentiment as of right now when it comes to altcoins. So when people like to tell me, well, HBAR, it's done for, Hedera is cooked, well, I don't have that same sentiment because is Bitcoin having a pullback? Yes. Is HBAR having a pullback? Yeah, it is. Sure, HBAR is around 32 times lower than $3 currently. But does that mean I want to give up? Well, I'm looking to dollar cost average. So if I can dollar cost average hypothetically at a lower point, I don't want to give up because I still like Hedera fundamentally. If we take a look at Hedera hash graph, it doesn't even use traditional blockchain technology. It uses something called a directed acyclic graph. So it's just completely different. So I like the uniqueness of Hedera. I like the vibe overall because, again, I take a look at the governing council. It even includes something like Google, Mondelez, and also something like Dell. So it's just pretty tough for me to give up on it as of right now. And also, if I take a look at it, for instance, HBAR as of right now is literally back at 2024 levels. And am I going to complain about that? The thing is, we're in 2026 and I'm seeing 2024 levels. Now, granted, people like to say, oh, could it hypothetically go lower? I mean, in theory, yeah, because I can't control this. Keep in mind, I cannot control anything when it comes to this space. But if I take a look at Hedera in terms of the fundamentals, and I'm able to dollar cost average into HBAR at basically 2024 levels, I don't know if I'd complain too much. I wouldn't complain actually. But this is personally my mindset. What I'm doing personally, even though I'm not telling anyone to do anything, is I'm dollar cost averaging once a month because I'll never be able to know the quote unquote bottom. There's just no way for me to know that. So if I'm dollar cost averaging once a month, that way I'm not trying to figure out the perfect time and all this. There's going to be no perfect time for me. I'm never going to be able to know that. So this is why I personally just like to stay consistent as opposed to trying to find the perfect time. I'd rather just stay consistent. It's easy for me to just give up right now, but a lot of people are kind of doing that currently. If people are ignoring something, that's when I want to be more focused. I want to be really focused when a project is being ignored. This is my mindset. But I'm going to stay consistent with it. I just haven't given up, but I'll wait and see what happens. I'll never be able to know exactly if there even could be an altcoin season. But I just like to stay prepared. This is my mindset. So I'm going to be holding, waiting, even though I'm not telling anyone to do anything. However, I want to say thank you for watching. I hope you all have a very nice day. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.